Everyone seems strangely optimistic considering what looms before us.
This is my review for Neptunia Sisters vs. Sisters. Neptunia Sisters vs. Sisters isn't your usual Neptunia game. It actually follows the little sisters instead of the goddesses we know and love. It starts out with Nepgear and the others going on a mission. The team will include Nepgear, who is Neptune's little sister, also Noir's sister, Uni, and Blanc's twin sisters, Rom and Ram. And while on their missions, they discover an underground lab. And while investigating the lab, they accidentally release a girl that was locked in a chamber. After they were released, all of them ended up trapped in the chamber also, and they were put in a stasis sleep, and it slept for over 2 years, until finally they were found and released, and they woke to find that in those 2 years, a lot has changed in game industry. The latest smartphone, our phone, has taken over the market and turned all of the game industry people into phone-addicted zombies. Also, all the nations are on the brink of destruction due to the events that make massive amounts of monsters appear called trendy outbreaks. And Nepgear and the other sisters must figure out who's causing these and what's causing these, and also save game industry all at the same time. Now let's move on to the controls. When walking through the dungeons, the controls feel off, almost floaty if that makes sense. But then when you go into a battle, the controls feel more responsive. The main issue is the dungeons. Also during the cutscenes, when switching to auto for the dialogue, there's a really long pause before each sentence, to the point where it really pulls you out of the story. I timed it and it's almost 5 seconds long. That may not seem long, but when next time you're talking to someone, say a sentence, then count to 5, and then say a sentence again, and realize how long of a pause and how awkward that feels. That's basically every cutscene when you try and do the talking audio in auto instead of manual. So you're stuck constantly hitting the X just to get through the dialogue at a decent pace. Seeing as we're on dialogue, let's talk about the voice acting. To be honest, the voice acting is actually really good in this game. I have no complaints here. With that, now let's talk about battles. Now I do understand they really encourage you to switch between characters while fighting, but to limit the amount of attacks you can do per person does feel like an inconvenience. You have to continuously switch between each character just to rebuild your points to be able to fight. Sometimes I just want to stick with one person, but it doesn't ruin the experience too much, but it does make it a bit of inconvenience. Now, even though this game does have some issues, it is pretty fun and enjoyable. So with that, with minor issues and bugs, I give Neptunia Sisters vs. Sisters a 7 out of 10. Thank you for watching this review for Neptunia Sisters vs. Sisters. If you enjoyed this review, also want to be able to see full walkthroughs of current and retro games, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Alrighty then, let's go take care of business.